Lou. Sean Brady smiling in the front ground. Jenny Fair smiling in the background. And my man Jay smiling out in California. Jay, who you may remember, is a second level sommelier. Oh, yeah. But he and I go way back, pre-COVID, just going back to wine country, doing a little Napa trip, and we just happened to run into each other, and there are no accidents in the world, and we've been talking and jamming and grooving on wine ever since that time. Jay, how you doing out west, my man? How you doing?
As always, I am great. Having a good time. I got wine in front of me. I got good people over on the other side of the country. And we're gonna have a good conversation and talk about bargain or bust today. We've been doing like a little series. We've been doing like a little series of bargain and bust where we go find a wine at a specific place, and then we basically will review it on camera and let you know whether it is a bargain or a bust. Today we were in Trader Joe's, so yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. I'm looking forward to sharing my notes. I have not tasted the wine at all. I've been smelling it like crazy since I opened it about an hour ago, but I have not tasted it, so I will do my review live on camera with you guys. And yeah, I'm ready to rock. What you got over there, Sean? What you sipping on?
You know, I haven't even. I'm doing like you. I haven't even. Well, we had our precursor. That's a little white wine.
Yeah,
but
a little white wine to get us started.
What I poured about what I've been smelling on for about the past half hour is almost an hour now. Is this one, and it is Trader Joe's Grand Reserve Rutherford Napa Valley. Yeah.
Ooh, I like Rutherford fruit.
I know, me too. I've heard, I've been there. It's a few of the wineries out that way and been hearing a lot of good things. I've been seeing it a lot of places. I've seen different versions at Costco, of course, different wines at grocery stores. It's always going to be a pretty well-known grape, a little bit higher price point. So I found this, and this is where the bargain or bust comes in. I found it at Trader Joe's. And I had never had it before. I've never sipped it yet. I want to because it's been sitting in my glass for 45 minutes. And I'll tell you what I like about it so far is just the nose and everything on first pour, right? If you're anything like me out there, you pour it, you got to smell it right away. You almost want to jump into it before it's like had a chance to just open up, give a chance to breathe a little bit. But it just popped right now with just wonderful, not too jammy fruits and just lovely, just wonderful flavors into the nose. It's like, oh man, that's good. I like it. What are you doing to the camera, Jay? I see your hand. I see it moving around.
Issues. My bad. Hold on, I'll get right back.
Technical difficulties. But I chose this for a couple of reasons. There's a couple other Trader Joe's wines that I've had before. And I'm like, well, those are a bargain. I rated them both 4 stars before. And then a week ago, I see Jay, my man Jay, rating the same wine, the Roustabout, and I'm like, oh man, come on. So, but I know Jenny back there, she's happy because I know I don't know if you had a bottle before, but I got her a bottle because it was a real solid red, and we were looking specifically. This bargain or bust was a Trader Joe's red wine from the U.S. and bargain or bust episode. So far, I'm happy with this wine, and I haven't even sipped it yet. $12.99 in Trader Joe's. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Missouri, outside of St. Louis, and it's probably cheaper out by you. I have no idea. I would think it's cheaper closer to the Vineyard, but
just $12.99. It's
$12.99. Yeah, $12.99. They probably keep it the same everywhere. So that's one of the whole Trader Joe's themes, right? Is it's like gets consistent pricing and make sure that they have their liquor licenses straight and they can pay other people real well. It's just wonderful, wonderful stuff. So I know all that because I just finished the book on the founder, Joe. So it's great stuff. So we're happy to talk about Trader Joe's and what they've provided to facilitating the wine community in the world, and certainly in the United States, and certainly for our budget and pocketbooks in finding great deals and bargains in wine that I don't think we have to bust out. Not today. No way, Jose. No way.
Find your bargains where you can.
Oh man, it's good stuff. So all right, here we go. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Sip.
Let's go.
A nice amount of tannins, a little bit of acid, a lot of bit of juice. I want a steak is what I want to have. And I forgot to pull it out. I'm like, now I know what I want for dinner. This is going to pair really well with any type of red meat for sure. But you know what I would even do it with, now I'm thinking of my, you know me, Jay, I love my gourmet burgers, right?
Yes.
And if I can make one at home, I can doctor that sucker up, maybe layer it with fresh pickled onions, fresh cucumber, just all these wonderful flavors, layers of flavor, some type of aioli mayo with a little bit of garlic in there and something like that. But it's going to offset all that richness of any type of fatty meat, or lean meat for that matter. Because wow, it just opens up your palate in a really subtle way. This is definitely a great find. I'd put this one up there, punching above your weight class, definitely above a $20 wine. Absolutely.
Love it. I love it. That's
$12.99.
awesome.
Yeah, they did really, really fine. And
it's funny too, because
finish. Yeah, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say it's funny though, because like normally you see the label, it's Trader Joe's, right? We know there's a lot of different like wines at Trader Joe's for reasonable price. But normally I would be turned off if I went to a place and it was their own in-house wine that they're selling to me. And I would normally just be like, I'm not trying this. This is a gimmick. They're just trying to make some money. That's what I would normally think. But then I have to get over myself and then try it, because I always do. I have my, you have your preconceived notions about certain things. And I know I've gone in there and had Trader Joe's wines before. I haven't had that one specifically, but I've definitely had I think I had a Syrah by them back in the day.
Yep.
It was actually really good. So it doesn't surprise me that one's really good too.
I remember that I had the Reserve Syrah that I liked a lot. I'm like, oh wow, this is cool. I'm going to get a bunch of different ones from them now. I didn't like any of the other ones.
So you thought you'd give that one a chance, huh? I got you.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Alexander's looking for a sheet. It's right over here. I took the dining room back instead of my kids using it. I'm using it now because it's 90 degrees outside and I was sweating profusely.
I feel you.
Exactly.
I don't want to be in that heat either.
It was pretty rough outside, but we're in the AC now. But the other thing I look for, just as a qualifier, Jay knows this, but if you've never seen us before, one of the things I look for, especially in red wine, is what's the alcohol content on it. And as Jay knows, and I know, and many other people out there know, it's like it could be a 0.5% swing on what's actually in the bottle compared to what they label it as. I know, half point in either direction, but half a point in either direction on this one. This is rated at 14.7 ABV, alcohol by volume. So, that's going to make me happy. I usually look for something that's above 14% because what I found is a lot of the reds that I like, whether they be from Spain, Argentina, your standard party wine at a reception or a cocktail hour, it's going to be that 13.5%. It's going to be even keeled, appeal to the masses. And for my palate, I've always just found a little bit more luck having something above 14%. It's just going to add a little different character on my palate, which I note, and I really do like the dryness, the richness. There's not hard edges at all, but definitely distinct edges, and it does soften as you drink it a little bit more. And I'll keep doing that. So yeah, I'm think I might push this because it's such a buy. I haven't seen any Napa wines that I've liked under $15. Is probably the first one that I've really have enjoyed.
Interesting.
Especially especially as a cab.
We got so it's an entry level Napa wine. If you're looking for like a good Napa wine at a reasonable price and entry level with no hard edges, go for the Trader Joe's Reserve. I got you. Absolutely.
Especially if you like the big cabs. Now, what do you got over there? Because I didn't even see what you got. I don't even think you sent me a picture of what you got.
I know. I put it online before I showed you. My bad, dude. So we're talking about Paso Robles today. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about Paso Robles. It is one of my favorite places in all of California to grow wine. Reason being, I'm a little biased. because for example, me and my boys, we used to have this trip. It's me and like four other brothers. And we used to go to wine country every year. Like one place, we pick a place. One year we decided to go to Paso Robles. And when we got to Paso Robles, again, it was four of us. Was it five? I think it was four of us all together. No, five of us all together, brothers in Paso Robles, in the middle of California, checking things out. And we had an amazing time. We went to all these different venues and checked out different stuff. Great downtown area to kind of hang out and chill out and drink wine in the park. It was just wonderful. So that's one of the reasons why I'm very biased to Paso Robles, because it's a wonderful wine country. If you're looking for salt of the earth people who still like putting their hand in the dirt and really are about the winemaking process, and it hasn't become overly glamorized out there, that's the place to go. Their wines are, and so I was in Trader Joe's, and I'm walking around trying to figure out what I'm going to get, because for me, being really honest, I've tasted through a lot of those wines already. I mean, it's just, I'm weird like that. I especially because I'm always trying to find deals for everybody. I tasted a lot of the wines in there, so trying to find one that I hadn't tasted was hard. Something that would interest me was hard, and so I was like, okay. I was looking through the list, through the areas, and I was like, okay, stay away from where we're talking about California. So I went over to the California side, and I was like, okay, we're looking for. I want something that's big and bold. Let me see if I can find a Cabernet for under $15. That became my goal, and so I actually found this one at a Paso Robles for $9.99, and it is the Liberté Sauvignon or Cabernet Sauvignon 2018 at a Paso Robles. I'll show you that really quick so you guys can see.
The Liberté. I've had that before myself, sir.
Give me Liberté or death.
Liberté or liberty. Liberté it is.
So I'm really excited to try this nose and try this wine. And I have not tried this yet, so this is my first time. On the nose, so I immediately get this blackberry kind of mulberry thing going on. Also some cocoa nibs and like cinnamon, like I think that's probably from the oak treatment. There's a little bit of I would say used like leather, like a leather mitt. So basically you're getting like black and blue fruit for the most part. I'm also getting like a little bit of a plum skin too. A cigar box tobacco kind of thing jumping out too. Really awesome on the nose. It's very complex on the nose. May have a touch of oak, like on the nose. I'm getting a little, maybe over oaked a little bit on the nose, but I don't know. We'll taste it and see if I'm spitting up chips when it's all done. Let's see here. All right, on the palate. That's rather good. It's not overly oaked. There is some oak here. You're catching it more on the finish. It approaches with that fruit, that blackberry kind of mulberry thing up front that extends to the mid palate. When it gets to the mid palate, it gets a little bit more earthy. So you're catching like some of that cinnamon. You're catching a little bit more of that kind of the cocoa nibs and like a little bit of like kind of like I would say wet tree bark type thing going on. Tannins are medium plus, but because it's so lush in fruit, you don't even like recognize the tannins unless you're looking for them. So they're not sharp tannins at all. They're very round. Acid is medium. This is a delicious wine for $9.99. I mean, that's a steal. It's a steal. Like if you're looking for people who love red wine, but you are like, I'm not spending that money for like a normal California red wine, which normally bottoms out at about $20. Like it's rare that you run into like a red wine Cabernet, not red wine, Cabernet. Let's be specific. Cabernet from California that is under $20 and that is actually doing really well. This one is singing, and it's young, 2018, but it's still, you're getting to the fruit. And I think this was actually made to pop and pour. This is not I mean, you probably can age it for maybe for 5 years, 6 years, but it's not an aged wine. This is one that is made for people who have a short attention span and want to just try really, really good Cabernet Sauvignon. This one is a still, definitely a still. Yeah, I highly recommend this wine. I can't say anything more about this wine. This is a very, very well balanced, medium body. It's not medium plus body. It's not a big, bold, kick you in the mouth, punch you in the teeth type of Cabernet. It is actually more medium body to medium plus body. So, but it has everything that you want in the cab, and there's great structure. So I think you'll enjoy it. And if I'm thinking about what I want to eat with it, for me, okay, so I'll talk about what I want to eat with it, but there's also something that I think is way more important than eating with it, because I think this is going to go really good with something else. I think, of course, you're saying something about burger. I want like a really, really big, bold burger with this. I think that would go really well. Also think not a ribeye, but like maybe if you do like a little skirt steak, I think this would go really, really well with a skirt steak. And I think it also could do okay with barbecue chip. I think this could do okay with some ribs. Nice. But the thing that I think it's more important that this would go really well with, because all I'm thinking about is a cigar. I think if you like cigars, this is the wine you pair with it. I think you can find like not a big bold cigar, but like more mild, like a Camacho or something like that. Like if you're looking for like a mild cigar, looking for something more Dominican that has a little spice in the tobacco, I think that would go really well with this wine. I think it would kill as a pairing.
So a medium cigar, not like some crazy bold Endurin Cuban seed type of thing, dark paper.
No.
Okay.
No, because it would overpower this wine.
Even though
this is a Cabernet, I think it has the potential to overpower this one.
You know, I think this one could go with that too. I think there's probably a lot of similarities between that cab and this cab. And the one thing I would say about it is you probably could age this one. I'd like to see what this would taste like 5 years from now. I bet it would be all the much better, and you could cellar it. And it's a little young, but I think if it would really smooth out the edges even a little bit more while retaining some of that just other wonderful assets that I mentioned. So yeah, either way, under $15. Under $10 for you, it's a steal both ways. I mean, thank you, Trader Joe's, for doing it.
For real. This wine, though, so one thing I want to let you know, I'm tasting it a little bit more now. There are some of the things that are peeking out, just so I'm really honest about everything with this wine.
Yep.
There's like this raisinette chocolate thing that's going on that I really, really dig in the third quarter to the finish. But I am catching a little bit more oak on the finish now. So there is like this vanilla thing that's popping up on the finish, but it's still okay. It's still balanced out with the fruit. I still highly recommend this wine. And most people are not sensitive to oak like I am, so you won't even notice it. But I'm just being honest. I want to keep it real with you guys. There is a little pop of like vanilla on the finish that's kind of oaky, but not over the top at all. I'm not spitting splinters out or anything like that. So.
Mine's the same way. I'm about 6 sips into it, and very much getting the oak, essence on my palate. And it's not a bad thing at all. It's just something that I noticed, and you probably notice. But now you got me thinking about that cigar, because man, I think that would be delicious here.
Bruh, as soon as we're done with this, I'm putting a stopper on here. I'm pumping the wine so it doesn't go bad. And tonight, when I'm writing tonight, I will be having a cigar and drinking this wine. I'm letting you know right now. I'm a cigar guy, and I'm right in the middle of like a bunch of projects, like a bunch of writing projects. So I've been like writing my face off the last like month, and I'll have a lot of time to really kind of enjoy a cigar and write and enjoy this wine with it. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Now I'm supposed to ask you a real profound question that we were talking about at the beginning of this. And, why should anybody follow us?
I think
we're total winos. What does that mean?
I think it's easy. We're different, right? We've been in the industry for quite some time, both ways. And like prior to COVID, I've been writing. I've written books about wine. I have been doing this. I've been doing my Wine Wednesdays and Wine Stills a week for like 2 years now, a little bit
You got
more.
like hundreds of episodes of both,
Yeah, I know.
right?
So
And
it's
like
I just hit
I think when
100
I
on
say,
Wine Stills a week.
yeah, and what was it 150 or something like that? 155 on the other. It's like
Yeah, yeah, almost.
that's amazing. That's a
Yeah.
lot of video,
So
people.
man, I think we offer great education on wine. We offer a laid back attitude. We're not trying to beat you over the head with like all these facts that you have to live by when you're sipping on wine. We want you just to enjoy the juice, but we're also going to give you the information to enjoy better. Like
Yeah.
there's certain things like glassware and things that I think would benefit you by, having your own personal people of wine giving you information. So that's why I think people should be following us, because I feel like we're doing it on a laid back approach, and we are laid back ourselves. But this is not a joke. This is not us like acting like something that we're not. We're very laid back when it comes to wine. We just enjoy it when we're eating, and sometimes by itself, and that's it. And we want you to do the same. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can drink Cabernet in a Burgundy glass, and that's okay. Or you can
That's
drink white
fine.
wine in a Cabernet glass. You can do that too. So it's fine.
That's fun. It's cool too, because like Sean is a great person to work with. Like you don't understand, like just kicking it and talking. This is cool. We turn on the cameras. We do this anyway. We'll sit here and talk about wine and talk about food pairings and talk about life, just to have fun and just to talk. And it's really cool too, because like you've been doing Vivino for how long now?
Oh gosh, probably officially before I met you, before that trip, because I had already, when I went on that Napa trip, that was 2017.
Yeah,
Maybe 2018. I don't remember. It was probably 2018, but I had been at least a year before that, because I'd been making all these videos previous to that that is posted on YouTube, and I really did a lot when I was in Napa. So if you're looking for stuff,
check stuff out.
Hashtag regular wine guy was my handle at the time, not just Total Winos. Maybe I should rebrand all those. But you'll see all the winery tours that we did way back then. And that was, unfortunately, right after the first big firestorm that had come through and wreaked havoc in the wine region. And it was shortly thereafter. So there was just a lot of great things. Of course, that's when I met you. And yeah, we've been talking ever since. But I love the fact that you've written a couple books on the subject, and you're just so easy to talk to about this stuff. We met in a wine bar, and it was just so approachable. And it's like, hey, I have questions about this. I know a little bit about wine, but you made it really easy to enjoy wine all that much more. And hey, we've been two Total Winos ever since, and we have a whole tribe of Total Winos. It's great stuff. We got at least Jenny on board. She's a Total Wino now.
Yes. There's so many. It's so crazy too, because like Vivino has kind of created a nice little community itself, right? Like it's become this kind of place where people rate wines and stuff like that. And when I was looking it up, it looked like it was like over like it had millions and millions of people on that app, and you're what, under 300, under 400, like
under 400, yeah.
Yeah, out of millions of people who actually like, I guess, review wines and stuff, you're at the top. That's crazy to me. I didn't jump on the train when everybody else did. My mother's on it. All my other wine people are on Vivino, and because of my arrogance, I guess, or my pride, I was like, I'm not jumping on it. And now I'm mad that I didn't, because everybody else they have this community, and I'm kind of on the outside looking in, like through the window, like, let me in. I want to be hanging out too, but. Yeah, I think it's a little too late for me.
One of the things I love about Vivino is that, it's a social media platform, right? In a big way.
Yeah.
And they do have a component where you can buy wine, but then they have all these cool little rating systems. I like it to check the wine before I buy it. Am I going to like this? You can look at the characteristics. And a lot of times, 95% of the time, it'll show the tasting characteristics of each individual wine. It's like, oh, this is going to be too sweet for me, or it's not going to be sweet enough for my mom, so I'm like, I'm not going to buy this wine for my mom if she's coming over to dinner, it's like, no way, probably your mom too. I think we had a conversation about this. The great thing is that I've been recently connecting with people in different countries, and, especially if we rated the same wine the same way, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like I have a kindred spirit in another country. And how cool is that? And you might not ever meet them, that person in person, whether it be a he or a she, it doesn't matter. What great camaraderie with this Fruit in Glass, as my man's book is titled.
I like that. That was a nice move right there. That was smooth.
Fruit in Glass. Go buy it at a store near you. If not, order it right there.
By the way, just really quick too, for everybody that's listening, I have Fruit in Glass has been out since 2017, but I've probably got an audiobook going. That should be dropping on Friday this week. So go check it out. Along with doing that, I'm doing a giveaway. So I will be, whoever buys it that weekend, which is Friday through Sunday, the 17th to the 19th, I believe. Whoever buys it, I will put their names in a hat, and I'm gonna pick out 3, and you will be getting. First of all, the 3 will get a signed copy of the Fruit and Glass as a paperback, but also I'll let you go to my website, my online shop, and you can pick anything you want under $30, and I'll send it to you too. So you get
that
2 things
awesome.
by purchasing the audiobook Friday 17th through the 19th on Sunday. So go check that out.
I know I've heard you talk about it. I have not yet listened to the audiobook because I have the book, and it's a quick read, first of all, but yeah. I think I've heard that the audiobook is like less than 2 hours. And
yeah, it's like it's a little over 2 hours.
Right. Listen to it on your way to your little vineyard tasting. Now, what the cool thing is that in every state of our union, there is a winery of some way, shape, or form. So you could go out on the way to listen to it on the way to the winery. You want to be all wine-centric? Fruit in Glass. It's good stuff. Well,
thanks for the plug, my friend.
I know, right? Well, we have to get it in where we get. We're still learning this platform as what best we can, but we're first wine lovers at heart, first and foremost, and then we have a great time sharing this information with you. We hope to get more followers like you, especially if you love this juice, and build a whole fun community around Total Winos and just have a whole lot of fun with it. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, Jay and I thank you. We may not see you in person, but we're always going to see you right here with a Bargain or Bust Vino.